news update coming in. This is with regards to Congress reaction to the big victory coming in for Vivek Agnihotri's The Kashmir Files. Remember, the film has won the Best Film Award at the Dadasaheb Phalke Awards 2023. And here's a reaction coming in from Congress's Udit Raj, quickly putting out that tweet. Udit Raj goes on to say, gave the Phalke Award to the shoddy film Kashmir Files. This tainted the award. Pradeep continues to stay on with us. Pradeep, not quite surprising because the Congress never really believed in the film, never really believed in the motive of the film, in what it was trying to convey, how it was trying to put out a truth of so many people who continue to relive the horror of the genocide till date. But here you have Udit Raj saying that this in fact has tainted the award.
That's really unfortunate and nothing surprising also, because he's a part of the same lobby and ecosystem that had been simply trying to belittle this film from very beginning. They were the one who said that this was a vulgar propaganda, and they were the one who said that this was a garbage, and now he's saying that it's a shoddy film and this has tainted award. I think when we talk about Dadasaheb Phalke Award to Kashmir Files, it's more than award. Why I'm saying it's more than award? One, it's all about the healing touch it provides to the community that has suffered because of the Pak-sponsored gun culture for the last 3 decades. And the second thing is it's also about the recognition of their plight and persecution that they have suffered at the hands of Islamist radicals. But people like Udit Raj, they will try to glorify villains, but they will try to demonize the victims, and that's really unfortunate, shocking, and they should stop insulting these people who have suffered a lot. And this has been the ABCD of this ecosystem from the very beginning. One, they continue with the appeasement policy. Second, they wanted to blame then Governor Jagmohan for engineering exodus. See, they wanted to give clean sheet to Pakistan and Pak proxies, and now they are discrediting their pain. And if the pain is being recognized, the persecution is being understood, somebody has woken up from the slumber and finally realized, yes, wrong has happened, because all these years they wanted to bury this true story under the carpet, because they never ever wanted the world to know what really happened to Kashmiri Pandits, because they always wanted to run with a fake narrative. This fake narrative was completely demolished and decimated by this film, and it was able to expose one of the ugliest chapter in the history of independent India, how these people who had been complicit in their mayhem and they wanted to carry forward the agenda of ethnic cleansing, they wanted to run that fake narrative that was completely demolished. But that's one of the reasons that people like Udit Raj are completely rattled, because earlier also when my colleague was talking to him, he said that this film is promoting violence. How come a film that is talking about the violence against the people is promoting violence? Somebody should ask them this question straight to these people whom they are befooling. How far they will continue to be in a denial mode? They have to admit that this community has suffered. There has been gun culture sponsored from across the border. This AK-47 rifle was able to tear apart fabric of composite culture. This AK-47 was able to tear apart the fabric of pluralism and heterogeneous culture that used to exist in Kashmir Valley. That was the real Kashmirian. Kashmirian doesn't mean you speak for terrorists, you speak for stone pelters, and you will not be talking about the community that has suffered. 5 lakh Kashmiri Pandits hounded out of their homes, and even after 32 years, they're living in homes away from homes. And they continue to be victim of targeted killing. And the process that started in the 90s is continuing even today. But nothing has changed because this lobby...
This is on expected lines, Pradeep. We've seen several of the Congress come out and talk about how this film is intended to incite, how it is serving the BJP's agenda and so on and so forth. So it certainly was on expected lines, and we shouldn't be surprised if we go on to pick up such reactions in hours to come. Though the filmmaker, the actors of the film, all of whom have spoken to us this morning, spoke of how truth is with them, how, you know, their intention of putting out truth via this film today has succeeded because it continues to receive recognition after recognition. Here are the doubters who continue to taint it as something which has now tainted the award instead.
See, doubters are completely rattled. Why they are rattled? Because they had been silent when the exodus of Kashmiri Pandits were taking place, when they were hounded out of their homes. That time also they did not utter a word. And every time they tried to put out a fake narrative, they had been blaming someone else for their exodus rather than talking about the Pak-sponsored gun culture, because they wanted to keep one particular constituency on good humor. And Udit Rai seems to be part of that. He's saying that it is instigating violence. How come talking about violence is like instigating violence? I will not be shocked if tomorrow Udit Raj will come out and say we should give the peace award to Hitler for the genocide of Jews. So he will even go to that extent. Had the Jews not been his vote bank, he would have done that. But the problem is that here this community has suffered, and this film was able to highlight that black chapter that was scripted by a Pak-sponsored terrorist, this Islamist radical who wanted to carry forward that agenda of ethnic cleansing. And it was because of that Nizam-e-Mustafa slogan that they had given in the 90s that they wanted to
in line with how several have come out to say in the past that the film incites and distorts history to whip up anger, to promote violence. This is certainly in line of those very comments that have been coming in ever since this movie was put out. Thank you, Pradeep, for joining us with those details. We quickly need to head out and shift our focus to another breaking news.